Everybody, it's your boy JTL, opposite from the norm. Uh, this gonna be part two about the Jay Z NFL deal because I was just thinking about something that I didn't get to put in the first video. So check this out. This is where we're gonna start it at. Motorcade, when we came through, presidential with the planes too. One better get you with the residential, undefeated with the cane too. I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me, I don't need you. Every night we in the end zone. Tell the NFL we in stadiums too. All right, the reason why I'm starting off with that, everybody, even me, including me, thought that Jay Z and Beyonce and all them were going in for Colin Kaepernick against the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like really having his back, and yeah, he supports him. They support him. You know what I'm saying? His artist that he manages, Rihanna, was like, nah, we ain't messing with the NFL. I'm with Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? All this, like, yeah. Then I thought about something. Okay, the whole situation with the NFL and Jay-Z and Beyonce was a power play. And what I mean by that is when you think about it, okay, come to find out Jay-Z and the NFL was in talks for like the last year. Same time he turned down the Super Bowl this year. And I'm like, okay, so when I heard that Pink turned down the Super Bowl, they said Adele was saying she wouldn't perform even though NFL said they didn't really reach out to her. And I'm like, okay, so all right, Jay-Z standing with him, that's what's up. But then come to find out when this NFL deal happened, I was like, hold on, let me think about something. Why would he turn them down and then come back and make a deal with him, and then come to find out it's been going on for about a year before the Super Bowl, the end of last year before the Super Bowl? And I'm like, okay, but then you saying all this stuff in your lyrics. You saying undefeated with the cane too. I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me, I don't need you. Every night we in the end zone. Tell the NFL we in stadiums too. I'm like, hold on. But y'all was in talks with the NFL for the last year, and you turned them down. And then you got other artists that you know and to have conversations with that you manage, turned them down too. So I'm like, but you've been doing dealings with them for a year? Something ain't right. And I thought about it. I was like, okay, well, they both turned them down. But then when you go to, hold on, y'all bear with me. But then come to find out, Beyonce is proud of Chloe and Haley after Super Bowl 2019 performance. The Patriots weren't the only winners at the Super Bowl. Beyonce's proteges, Chloe and Haley Bailey, known to the rest of us as Chloe and Haley, kicked off the biggest night in sports with an impeccable rendition of America the Beautiful. So Beyonce turned it down, Jay-Z turned it down, but Beyonce's artist performed at the Super Bowl. Then you mean to tell me that Jay was so-called standing with Colin Kaepernick? But then when you see this from E.T., Jay-Z then addressed why he had an issue with Travis Scott's performance at the halftime show in February, noting that he thought that the 28-year-old rapper shouldn't have been a side act to any artist given his own success. Nobody asked about it, but my problem with Travis Scott wasn't about him not playing football. My problem was that he had the biggest year to me. He explained, last year he had a monster record, Sicko Mode, and he's playing on the stage with an M on it. I don't see any reason for him to play second fiddle to anyone that year, and that was my problem. Jay-Z described the NFL's process of picking Super Bowl performers as fractured and not being definitive enough. You take four artists and everyone thinks they are playing the Super Bowl. It's almost like this interview process he shared, given a typical situation from an insider perspective. And so I picked Chuck. The other three people get upset. So that's not even good math. After 3 years, 9 people upset and 3 people played. I think the process should have been a little more definitive. You speak to someone and you let them have it and you move on. And I think then let the artist be artists. Jay-Z also, of course, addressed the controversies surrounding his partnership with the NFL, given the league getting criticized for his treatment of Kaepernick, who started the protest of kneeling during the national anthem to protest police brutality and racism against African Americans in the United States. Kaepernick claims he was essentially blackballed from the NFL afterward and has still not been signed to a team. But a part of the rapper's partnership with the NFL is to bring more attention to the league's Inspire Change platform, which was created for players to engage with team owners, public officials, law enforcement, academic institutions, community partners, and others to identify meaningful ways to strengthen local communities and the greater society. I think that we forgot that Colin's whole thing was to bring attention to social injustice. So in that case, this is a success. This is the next thing Jay explained of the partnership. There's two parts of the protest. The protest, and then there's a company or individual saying, I hear you, what do we do next? For me, it's about actionable items. What are we going to do about it? This is what made me look at it and say, you know what? Jay-Z is full of shit. He got us out here thinking that the reason why he was turning down the Super Bowl was because he was standing with Colin Kaepernick, because he had Colin Kaepernick's jersey on in black, and that he was going to stand with Colin Kaepernick. Kind of find out, no, the reason why he turned down the Super Bowl is because he didn't like the process. He wasn't digging the fact of where they wanted him to perform. If he was going to perform, he wanted him and Beyonce to be the leaders of the process. Just like when you see Beyonce performing with Bruno Mars, she had a lead performance. Both of them actually had, the same amount of songs. So we think Jay-Z turned it down because Colin Kaepernick. Come to find out, he turned it down because he didn't want to play second fiddle to nobody, like he said Travis Scott shouldn't have did. So it had nothing to do with Colin Kaepernick. He's standing with Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, we respect Colin, yeah. But then when they come and give you a deal like this, how could you turn down hundreds of millions of dollars? You know he's standing to make at least 9 figures. So that's at least $100 million or more. This is why people saying Jay-Z is a sellout. When you break down what I just broke down, if you ain't catch it, go back. Or I'm going to break it down real quick, but go back. Jay-Z and Beyonce turned down the Super Bowl, even though she's performed a couple times. Jay-Z has never performed. Then Jay-Z comes out and freestyles against the NFL, and then he's highlighting Colin Kaepernick why he does it, because he had on the Colin Kaepernick jersey. Beyonce artists still perform. Chloe and Haley, they still perform there. Jay-Z saying he against the NFL and the bull crap that they got going on, but then next thing you know, when they offer him a deal, he comes back and he takes the deal, him and Rock Nation. So where is Jay-Z really doing this for Colin Kaepernick and for his people? This is why people are saying Jay-Z is a sellout. And when you break all of that down, that he's been doing a deal with the NFL for the last year. So to me, it was a power play. If you ever seen the TV series Entourage off of HBO, then you'll get what I'm saying. They have a lot of episodes where they show that when they going through business, right, what one party would do to raise the stakes on making sure their deal get done, it shows the power that they wield. Like, they would have an actor and his agent and manager go to one person and try to get a deal, and then say if they in talks with another actor, they try to go behind that company's back, talk to that actor or director to do something and trick them out of wanting to do the deal, tell them some bull crap, and then the other company were like, well, we need to go with the first people in the first place because they have something that we need. They got some kind of power, but not knowing that Jay-Z was doing underhanded shit and getting artists to not perform and trying to make the NFL see the power that he has. Basically, that's all he did. Even though they still let Beyonce artists perform. Come on, man. Y'all got to wake up. Every time we think we got some black leaders, that's why I said before in other videos, learn how to lead yourself, lead your family, and be careful about fake-ass people, because Jay-Z and them is always about a dollar. Yeah, he'll do something for his people if it makes sense, if it's a good look for him. But he's not that type of person. He ain't no Tupac. He ain't no Chuck D. He ain't no KRS-One. So y'all better stop looking to him to be one. If you about being a capitalist and gaining, that's a perfect person to look at. But in all actuality, Jay-Z ain't about that life, especially not ours. So this is your boy JTL, opposite from the norm. Comment, like, share, and make sure you subscribe. Holla at me.